Live in the New York newsroom. Chance, your standards of health are a lot different than the U.S. government's. As it turns out, some of the top celebrities considered to be the picture of good health are actually obese by federal standards. So how do you compare? From Studio B Live to Adam Housley in our Los Angeles newsroom. Adam?
Shepard, I don't compare too well, and for those at home who want to compare themselves, they can play along by going to www.bmiscale.com, one of a ton of sites you can find on the internet. All right, the BMI, famous for its popular use in medical studies as well as even lawsuits, only takes into account height and weight, nothing else. The Department of Health and Human Services came up with a standard 10 years ago which classifies people as obese, overweight, or government-approved fit. A BMI of 30 or more means you're obese. Now, sports stars are included. Home run king Mark McGwire, Iron Man Cal Ripken, all-universe basketball legend Michael Jordan, including actors Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, Tom Cruise. They all have one thing in common. They're all fat according to the BMI scale, and they're at least, and for the most case, just overweight.
I don't think it shows a really accurate picture of what's going on. Again, there's other things to consider: your lifestyle, how much you work out, how you eat, your cardiovascular health. So simply comparing you to other people based on your height and your weight, it's just not accurate enough.
It's a simple way, at least for people, to get a broad stroke view as to whether or not somebody's going to be at risk for developing disease, but it doesn't tell us the whole picture.
Thanks to this so-called scientific BMI standard, we are bombarded with the misleading statistic, for example, that 61% of Americans are overweight or obese. But the scale doesn't take into account stuff like body or bone style. For example, muscle weighs more than fat. All right, Shep, I scored a 26. I work out pretty consistently, which means I'm overweight. I checked on you. You're government approved, by the way. You're 24 at the high end. Leventhal, your buddy overseas, he typed in and gave me his information. He's a solid 28, even though I've seen Rick. You've seen Rick. He's a stocky guy, a strong guy, which means he's approaching obese. And Anita Vogel, my office mate, is borderline thin, so she celebrated by having some French fries for lunch. Shepard?
Good for her. Supersize it.
All right.
Good to see you.
Oh, I will too, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Coming up live from Studio B, one of our embedded reporters.